ChatGPT is spreading fast. Language models assist in day-to-day tasks, from writing HTML code, providing recipes, or giving relationship advice. Observers call it exciting and terrifying. So, are language models another digital distraction? Or are they the next evolution? This is Clarified. On the topic of information overload, the scientist Konrad Gessner described the modern world as confusing and harmful. It's common to see this sentiment used in reference to social media, streaming services, and digital attachment. Yet, Gessner never felt the anxiety of checking likes on a selfie. He died of the plague in 1565. The information overload he feared came from the printing press. Throughout history, Gessner's worries have been applied to the newest invention of the day, from the radio to the VHS player, and now ChatGPT. ChatGPT is one of the language models that arose in the 2010s. In short, language models are a type of machine learning program that predicts the likelihood of a sequence of words. For example, the auto-suggestions that appear when you're typing or texting. When artificial intelligence is paired with some other software like a chatbot, it can mimic human writing. These systems work together and use complex parameters to react to human inputs. Parameters can be thought of as controls. The more controls the AI is given, the better it can understand the nuances and complexities of human language. The developers of GPT-3, OpenAI, gave their chatbot, ChatGPT, 175 billion parameters. The launch of GPT-4 saw the parameters increase from 175 billion to 100 trillion. A 57,000% increase in parameters shows that this tech is advancing exponentially. Technology as sophisticated as this is certain to have some utility in our everyday lives. But in what ways can we use it? As a PhD student at Carnegie Mellon University, Victor Rodriguez has found opportunities to experiment with ChatGPT in his work.
And so my research is on studying people's risk perceptions and how those perceptions lead to the decisions they make. What I use it for is when I have to write emails. Emails can be a little tedious. You might spend a little too much time. Like, how should I say this? What words should I use? How should I present this information? So I just tell it, write me an email. This is the topic. These are the people. This is what I want to get across. And then it gives me an email, and then I'll take that, edit it, and then put that out there. And instead of taking 10, 20 minutes to write an email, it can take me like 5 minutes.
Victor is not alone in his quest to increase productivity. ChatGPT has popped up in workplaces, schools, study sessions, and even producers' meetings. Recently, the Writers Guild of America proposed that writers should be able to use AI without worrying about credits or residuals. Writers can use AI-generated text and polish it themselves, the same way Victor uses it to write his emails. Usage in this way makes ChatGPT more of a tool that refines writing instead of a database to copy and paste from. The utility doesn't stop there.
90% of coding is Googling. Like, we spend a lot of time Googling. There's whole databases like Stack Exchange, GitHub, and other ones like that where they share code. We do that already. We already spend a lot of time on these forums and Googling how to do stuff, or even YouTube. So what this does actually is it could actually show you the code. So it can tell you, okay, one way to do this, and it'll break down the code for you, add the numbers in, and tell you how you should organize it. And it's pretty accurate in that regard, actually. So it's been helping me a lot with my data analysis.
Just as calculators aided in our ability to solve equations, ChatGPT is doing the same in the areas of writing. Of course, not everyone is so enthusiastic, and the advancement has some problematic applications, like academic integrity. NYU has already banned ChatGPT in its syllabuses, and professors mentioned it specifically during their first week of classes. The Stanford Daily conducted a poll and found that 17% of students admitted to using ChatGPT in some capacity. New York City's education department has also banned ChatGPT, and a student at Princeton invented software that can detect if an essay was written by AI. Academics are only one of the areas of caution. Areas like misinformation, unintended bias, and copyright are all ethical gray areas. Yet while some educators are wrestling with the use of AI, others are requiring it. Innovation and entrepreneurship professor at the University of Pennsylvania, Ethan Mollick, calls ChatGPT an emerging skill, going so far as to hold students responsible for any inaccuracies created by the AI. In spite of the challenges, he saw positive results in the classroom. For instance, Non-native English speakers said it alleviated the stress of writing assignments, and said they were even taken more seriously as a result.
And it's easy to focus on like the negatives, but at the same time, there's a lot of positives that will come out of it.
Just like the Google searching that came before it, the due diligence to fact check and not abuse these technologies relies on the user. However, as new tech emerges, it will take conversations from diverse groups to ensure we maximize its benefit and rein in any potential harm it can do. If Gessner were alive in modern times, he would see that the printing press did not overwhelm our minds. In fact, it only opened them. Can ChatGPT do the same?